This videotape you see me getting ready for the Olympia 99. Actually I'm about 4 weeks out and I'm being taped by Mitsuru Kabe at the Powerhouse Fountain Valley in Southern California. This is my 6th Mr. Olympia preparation, and so far I've been competing in over 45 pro shows since 1990. I turned 1990 pro in Helsinki, Finland. I came in my first pro show in 8th place, and the winner of this show was at that time Momo Benaziza, and from 90 on I've been straight competing actually every year. And so far I won the Night of Champions 95, which is the 3rd highest title in bodybuilding. I won the Arnold's Classic 1999, this year in March. After 2 attempts, last year I was 2nd, the year before I was 2nd, so finally I won this year the Arnold's Classic. It's actually the World Championships, professional World Championships in bodybuilding. And I came also 2nd at the Mr. Olympia. This was 97. I was close, but not there. So still the Mr. Olympia title is missing. And I see myself always as a top contender for this highest title in bodybuilding, and you'll see me on this tape how I got ready for this show. I actually started training 1983, 84, beginning of 84, and I'm now 33 years old. My body weight was about 85 kilos when I started training, and in my first show, it was the year 85. I competed with 92 kilos, and my contest weight nowadays is between 125 kilos and 130 kilos. This means mostly between 270 and to actually 85 pounds. Sometimes I'm a little bit lighter, sometimes a little bit heavier. I don't try to be the biggest or the heaviest guy on stage. However my weight is, I will compete with that weight, so I'm not targeting any weight or whatever. The shape counts, and so I step on stage with the best possible shape. And since I've been working out, I gained actually 65 kilos. This means my off-season weight is about 150 kilos. This is about 320, 325, and not to repeat myself all the time, but you see me training now 4 weeks out of the Mr. Olympia 99. But sometimes you have days where you get a better pump, a better feeling by handling lighter weights. And you shouldn't forget, right now I'm training pretty quickly. This means one set after the other. I did a couple of supersets, I did triple drops, I did sets with rest pause. And if you get a real incredible pump, so why using then 3 or 4 plates or 5 on the incline barbell press if you can use 2 and it burns really. I'm not training all the time like that, but I'm not training all the time very heavy either. You have to choose what's better right now for the moment. And right now I think this program fits or benefits to me very well, and my body is responding to it, so I'm just continuing doing it. If I don't feel comfortable, I immediately switch the next program, next routine. I change the rows of the exercises. I change the amount of the exercises, the reps, whatever it takes to bring me to the top. In that sport, I will do. And this actually videotape is not to prove how strong I am, how hard I can train, or how much weight I can use. It's actually a videotape to see that you have different routines on different days, and that you have sometimes train lighter and sometimes you have to train heavier. Okay, let's see how my chest looks. At least I can tell you that I feel pumped. My chest muscles are very hard. I think somebody has to take the shirt off because yes, I feel kind of stiff. And maybe you can help me with just pull it over. Okay. Maybe you should take the sweatshirt off as well, huh? I mean, I'm 305. 305? Yes. A couple of weeks ago I was already 305 and I dropped a little bit under 300. And now I'm getting a little bit up. I think I lost a little bit too early weight. And so I'm a little bit, trying to go a little bit up, not too much up. The Olympia is not a contest who is the most heavy guy on stage. It's a contest with the size, the proportion, the symmetry, with the whole package. But I think size is still a big factor, like definition. And why going too early down with the weight? The only thing which I realize is that I'm way weaker than in off season, but it's normal. My carb intake on a daily basis is between 90 grams of carbs and 210. Today I'm on 120-25 grams of carbs, and I feel so far comfortable. You think I look pumped, Mitch? I don't hear nothing. I think that's for chest. Go over to shoulders. I think I have to get my shoulders wider and a little bit more detailed. So now we are about 4 weeks out. 4 weeks and I think 4 days. Okay. I'm training in Southern California. It's already the end of September and I have still to keep my body warm. I'm very sensitive to colds, to flus, so I try still to put my clothes back on. Like I said, I feel a little bit stiff, which is not strange, just normal when you get such a pump.
You shake his hand?
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. See you probably on Thursday.
Sure. See you Thursday.
Very good, Jim. It's my little dog Sato here. A Japanese dog with a Japanese name. Sato means in Japanese sugar. Actually, her name is Sato Kuma. 6 months old, and she's a female, still a puppy, and I really like her. What is it? Sato. It's a little treat. What is it exactly? Beef liver? Simit, she's eating beef liver. It's a good lifestyle, huh? Yeah. Besides her, we have still 4 cats. She likes to chase the cats, but I think it's just temporarily. She'll learn to get along with them. And she's very jealous of the cats. Very. But now the cats are not here, so she's happy. Hmm? Okay, we have here actually salmon. A salmon sandwich with coleslaw. I'm actually, like I mentioned before, 4.5 weeks out. I shouldn't eat coleslaw necessarily, but I think I can allow this to myself because I know my body. And I think salmon is important to eat in the diet, at least twice a week to get fish oil. You can have also halibut, you can have tuna, but I like salmon because it's kind of fatty. And I like also red meat, but twice or 3 times a week during the whole diet. Normally I prefer Diet Coke. Up to a couple of weeks out of the show, 2 to 3 weeks out of the show. But on the other side, I like to taste something differently. So I drink mostly Diet Coke, water, coffee, tea, liquids which don't contain that much calories. And this is actually a sparkling mineral water with no calories, the so-called natural orange flavor. I have this from time to time because it tastes not just like water, it tastes like orange water. I started training in Germany. I was born in Stuttgart, Germany, South Germany, and I'm living now since 5 years here in Southern California. And I moved about 5 years exactly ago, this month, 5 years ago. I think California is a very good place to train, but people should always keep in mind that California doesn't create a champion. You have to be a champion before, you have to have the potential before, and it's not just by moving that you become a great bodybuilder. You have to be before a great bodybuilder. And if you're a good bodybuilder, California will make out of you a better bodybuilder. And so far I've been training, I think, 16, 17 years. And you need for sure at least 10 years to create a real good world-class physique. So 10 years are a must in bodybuilding. And if you don't train at least 10 years, I think you can't really compete on the highest level, like the Mr. O contest where the best of the best are competing on a yearly basis. It's very important to stretch. I think stretching gives you more definition, more detail. You recuperate easier, and you stimulate your muscle growth better, and you don't become stiff. Sometimes I stretch more, sometimes less, however I feel. My diet is actually very, very simple. It's not kind of scientific, so it's not complicated, very easy to understand. You have only to have the discipline to follow. So I would say on a daily basis, when I'm on a diet, on a daily basis I'm between 400 and 600 grams of protein. And with the carbs I always go up and down. So for example, Monday I'm at 200 grams of carbs, Tuesday 150, then Wednesday 100, then Thursday I go up with the carbs, or I stay low again with the carbs, about 100 grams, and then I go up again the very next day. So it's always up and down to confuse the system, to confuse the body, not to get used to a low amount of carbs or a high amount of carbs. Because if you get used to a specific routine, you get a kind of stagnation phase. And to overcome that, I have to play with the carbs. Fats are pretty low. Sometimes, if I feel really bummed out, really tired, I have a day where I go really up with the carbs, up to 300, 400, 500, and then I'm really very vascular. And it helps me also to continue with the diet, because if you stay too low with the carbs, you feel just too weak to do your daily routine and to do the cardio. That's not a very heavy weight, that's actually pretty light, but I've done 2 exercises before to pre-exhaust my tries, you know.
You don't need big weights, dude. You're already big.
You need big weights to get big, you know. Okay.
Plus, all for you.
Believe me, always. If I don't train in off-season with heavy weight, believe me, I lose size. You have to. You know, if you lift, for example, a glass of water 10 times, you don't get muscles. But if the glass of water is as heavy as a gallon of water, then you feel the difference. Then you become stronger, get bigger. Believe me.
But also you have to watch out for any injury for the
Yes,
the
that's absolutely true.
coming up.
You have to train very carefully. You have to be cautious. Otherwise, you can tear yourself up or mess yourself up. On the other side, I don't know anyone who got big by just training with machines, training with light weights. You know, if somebody is big and trains with machines, you can actually see that he trained earlier, previous years, heavy. You know, because otherwise you would get the size. You can't get just big by using, you know, a little weight. If that would be the case, believe me, I would train as light as possible. Perfect, perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, help. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, enough. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you very much.
1, 2, 3.
I don't know, a little bit biceps and forearms. I always switch, change, alternate. For example, my first exercise will be alternated bicep curls, but I don't like to alternate it. I like mostly do it 1 arm by each, because they can concentrate better, you know. And then sometimes do it seated, standing, sometimes leaning against the incline bench. Always change. I've never the same routine, never ever. Always different row of exercises. Normally I could have finished tricep with tricep kickbacks, but I didn't want. because they have always different routines, you know. And then so people ask me always, what do you train on Mondays? What do you train on Tuesdays? Tuesdays I train sometimes chest and shoulders. Next Tuesday I train maybe hamstrings, chest and calves. The next Monday maybe just the back, itself or back and calves. Always changes, you know, always. It's a confusion system. See here my veins? See them here? If I would have more carbs now, the veins would be way thicker. So the less carbs I have, the smaller the veins are. If I eat more during the daytime or until tonight, my veins will get fuller and fuller, thicker and thicker. But you have to train on low carbs to get in shape. And my priority is now not to get bigger, but to get in shape. So training on low carbs and having lots of protein, not to lose too much muscle size. I don't even check how much weight here is on. It's a complicated count because there are 3, 4, 5, 6 small plates. Some bigger, some weighs more, so just go ahead not to lose too much time. A little rest pause, and then I continue really 5 to 10 seconds. Again, 5 to 6 seconds. 5 to 10. It's a very good machine. I alternate this machine with a squat bench where I'm using the free EZ bar. Always switch back and forth. Okay, a little bit more weight. I feel already the pain, the muscle pain, not any kind of ligament or bone pain. It's very important to realize what hurts you. Every muscle hurts differently. If you train calves, it hurts differently. If you train arms, bicep, tricep, whatever. If you train your back, every pain is different. Just to learn to endure the pain. If you don't learn to endure the pain, you can't grow, can't improve, and you can't get in shape. This is actually for me the worst time of the year to be on a diet. Not only because I'm most of the time hungry, but because I eat most of the time the same food, and to eat a couple of times a day, chicken 6 times or 6 times chicken, turkey, or you can also eat fish. It's not really fun. You don't like to eat no more, even if you're hungry. But I think in general, a diet breaks you or a diet makes you. In off season, you can train because you have a full stomach and you feel comfortable. But pre-contest time, it shows if you can become a champion or if you're a champion or not. See, still water holding here. See here? But like I said before, that's normal for this kind of phase. 4 weeks out. If I wouldn't be holding water now, something would be wrong. This would mean I'm too good in shape. If I'm too early or too good in shape, way out of the show, I can't peak, and I like to peak. I like to be at the show, the day of the show, in best condition. It's not that I'm looking for excuses, just to explain how you are holding water when you have a high sodium intake. Concentration curls. That's a final bicep exercise. It's a very good movement because it gives you the shape and not to use too much weight. Nevertheless, you can finish your exercise however you want, whatever exercise you prefer. So far, we did today 2 exercises of calves, 4 exercises of triceps. This is the 3rd exercise of bicep. I guess I will end at a 4th exercise of bicep. Isolation exercise. So last set here. I like this exercise because this exercise gives you bicep peak. You really isolate each arm. Even if I have no energy no more, I do half reps, quarter reps. Most of the time, I prefer to train by myself. For sure, training partner would be productive now to help me, to spot me. But on the other side, I don't like to rely mentally on someone who maybe doesn't show up on time, someone maybe who doesn't have the same goals as I have, or just on someone who is not willing to help me really in the workouts. So I try to stick by myself. Besides that, I hate when people come too late. I would describe myself as self-motivated. You have to, because bodybuilding is a lonely sport. You're on yourself most of the time, especially when you're in the gym. You have to decide how much you train. You have to decide how much pain you inflict on yourself. You have to decide how much you eat, and how much you drink, and how far you like to go with your body, and how much you're willing to sacrifice.
have a cold. No, unless it's at warm, but still have a cold. Anyway, I have here a Reader product. I think it's an ABV product. It contains, or it has 40 grams of whey protein and 1 gram of carbs. That's quite good to have it as a post-workout drink. I need now protein, and I'm not that hungry right now, but thirsty, so it's quite good to get this protein in. And it tastes even. Fruit punch. You won't believe what I have to eat. Guess what? No chicken, no rice, no potatoes. What is that? Papaya. I like papaya. Everyone has his little specific food or secret. That's my little secret, eating papaya. Later on, I'll have my chicken or my turkey. Like I mentioned before, maybe I go to the sushi place. The workout today was not that hard. It was actually, I would say, moderate. Yesterday, when I trained chest and shoulders, I felt exhausted. Felt very weak. But on the other side, you have days where you feel stronger or weaker. That's quite normal. So I don't put too much thoughts into it. And at least I had a great pump. And I completed all the sets and reps which I wanted to complete. Oh, Mitz, I told you not to shoot you, but okay. At least it's on. Ripped. Ripped to the bones. Back ripped. Chest ripped. Abs ripped. Tension. And salmon and eel, huh?
Good night.
Funny when it up here, huh? I'll get still 6 orders of salmon, 6 orders of eel. And if I'm more hungry, then I'll order more. It sounds much what I'm eating right now, but after all these weeks of dieting, my metabolism is so way up that I can digest this easily. I don't think that I would eat in off-season so many pieces of sushi, but right now I can. And I think it's this Japanese kind of food is very, very healthy, and I really enjoy it. Rainbow roll, see? Oh, looks great and tastes great. Don't forget to order it. And as I mentioned before, fish oil is very, very important for the diet. Very important.
Under grip, bent over rows, mass exercise, mass maintainer. Today I intend doing just straight sets. No triple drops, no supersets, no false straps, no rest pause. Just straight sets to keep size. If you train with too many different versions of supersets, drop sets, whatever, then get kind of better definition, but at the same time can lose too much size. So I alternate always. This workout today, back workout, like I said before, consists only of straight sets. Next time I'll do different routine, different exercises, different amount of reps, triple drops, and probably all the supersets. Enough? So the third set, 250 pounds. Now, fourth set with 300 pounds. Mitts, you have to put the pin in for 300. Next exercise, dumbbell pullover to stretch the lats, stretching movement, and size maintainer and size builder. I feel you're wondering now why always size, and I'm right now in the diet. I have to keep my size. It's the reason I have to keep these basic movements in my program. Otherwise, I lose too much size, shrink too quickly.
3, 4, 5, 6.
2 more.
Okay. 1,
2. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. I'm done here. I'll take my t-shirt off. Take it. Thank you. I'm about
when you start
7 pounds lighter than 2 days ago. I'm now 298. I lost 7 pounds in 2 days.
10 pounds,
7.
that's a lot.
Yes, but
You gotta be careful now.
if you have that much weight, you can gain in 1 day 10 pounds, you can lose in 1 day 10 pounds.
That's make a big difference to prejudge.
And way harder than 2 days ago, huh?
When you start come depleting.
3 days. At the beginning of the week, 3 days. Carb depleting, and then 3 days carb loading. I do here only not of too deep deadlifts. Only half the way. Sometimes I prefer to go all the way down, sometimes just a half.
One, two, three, four, five,
This was the last set here. Fourth set, 16 sets. Now we'll do a machine exercise to bring a little bit more blood into the muscles. Mitch, follow me. Final exercise. I actually changed my mind. I am adding now this exercise to feel my erectors better. I finished this back workout with 2 sets of T-bar. Very good exercise for back. Basic exercise. You can use the overgrip like I'm using it now, undergrip or whatever you want. You can't cheat here too much because you can't lift really your chest up. The next thing which I'll be doing is cardio. Cardio is very essential. It doesn't matter how you look 4 weeks out of the show, 2 weeks out of the show, a week out of the show, you still do cardio if you like to achieve peak conditioning. I don't like cardio, but I have to do cardio. In order to be the best, I have to do cardio. There's no question if I like it, don't like it. I have just to do it. I choose this and I will continue doing it. As long as I stay healthy, as long as I stay successful. It's a very hard sport. It's a very demanding sport. I'm doing cardio actually. I start cardio doing 12 weeks out of the show. 4 to 5 times a week on empty stomach in the mornings between 6 and 8 o'clock. I get up, I don't eat, I drive to the gym, I do cardio. I don't just use the bike. I'm using the stepper, the treadmill, the goglet, and the rowing machine. Everything which is a cardiovascular machine I'm using. Can't just use one machine and expect getting in shape. Then you have guys that are pretty big, they say, I'm too big, I can only use the bike. That's nonsense. You have to use everything. Then I go back home, have breakfast. In the afternoon, I come back, train with weights between 60 and 90 minutes and do again cardio again between 30 and 60 minutes. They use in the evenings mostly 2 machines. In the morning, I would say 3 to 4 machines. In the evenings, 2 machines. And only if I'm very, very tired, I skip a cardio session because cardio takes a lot of energy out of you. Sometimes I'm so tired I'm doing cardio, I have problems to get in the mornings in my shoes. I have problems to get out of the car. I have problems to get into the gym. That's a normal thing if you're low on carbs. You can't feel good in the diet. And people ask me all the time, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How is the diet going? My diet is always the same. I never feel comfortable. I feel always tired. I feel always exhausted. And that's just the way how it is. People have so high expectations. I tell them stories, but there is no story to tell. It's always the same. If I tell them I feel good, they think a diet is not hard. If I tell them I don't feel good, they say, oh, poor Nasser. I don't need to hear that, poor Nasser, poor this, poor that. I'm just doing it, and I choose it, and I like in bodybuilding everything except the diet. But the diet is therefore to get in best condition. If the diet wouldn't be, I think it would be way easier. On the other side, a diet makes you or breaks you, like I said 3 days ago in our first taping session. And it would be that easy. Everyone could look like me and the other top 15 of the world. It's a secret. Don't tell anyone about the secret. Don't tell anyone. What do you think? Is this correct here?
Yeah.
How much is this? 302?
Yeah.
Good. Same weight as 2 days ago.
This is the fourth session now for this kind of videotape. I'm exactly since 8 weeks on a diet. This means 56 days. This is the fourth session with Mitsuru in between of 6 days. Today is leg day. I'll train hamstrings and quads together. Trained already on Thursday legs. I trained this week already on Monday legs. So it's a third session of a leg workout this week. I'm pretty happy that nobody asked me the last couple of days how I'm feeling or how my diet is going, because my diet is always the same. My diet is the same as it was a year ago, as it was 5 years ago, it was 10 years ago. I'm getting ready for, I think it's my 56th show. So I've been competing in over 45 pro shows. And people always ask me in the diet how I'm feeling. I feel always the same. I ask them mostly back, how was your diet? How was your breakfast 2 days ago? And then they say, oh, it was normal. So that's with my diet. My diet is just normal. And I feel normal. I'm not a psycho case or nut case to investigate all the time how I'm feeling every 15 or 20 minutes. I think a lot of people are just asking to be entertained. And sometimes I wish people don't know that I'm getting ready for a contest. Otherwise, they wouldn't ask me all these questions which are really not relevant, especially not right now. And by the way, what does it tell people if I tell them I feel so-and-so and I feel so-and-so? They can't improve my status. It's just a fact. I'm on a diet. I'm not angry or grouchy because I'm on a diet. I'm just a little bit, I would say, mentally more alert, physically more tired, but mentally more alert. And I'm here to train and to finish the workout. And afterwards I can whatever talk, but like I said, how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, it's not really relevant. Regarding the workout, which is coming up now, some people like to train hamstrings together with quads, like I'm doing it today. Some other like to separate it, but I made the best results by training front legs and rear legs together. So let's see how my workout is going today. I think it will be just a normal workout, and my training is just normal, and my diet is normal, and everything is the same.
You know which question I don't like either? Is a lot of people who are not too familiar with bodybuilding. Most people aren't. They ask me, so you're a bodybuilder? I said yes. And then they ask me, so are you are you working besides that? Do you have a job? But these people don't understand. To be on the level where I am right now, in the other top 15 in the world, you have to do it full professionally, and I'm a professional since 1990. And full professionally, I do it since 94, since I actually moved to the United States. And since that time, I'm actually living 5 years, since 5 years in San Diego. And over 2.5 years, almost 3 years, I've been on a diet. Because I dieted 12 weeks for the Arnold's Classic, 12 weeks for the Olympia, and 1 to 2 weeks for the European Tour. This means I'm 6 of 12 months on a diet. And people ask me if I'm doing something besides that. What they don't realize is you have to be 24 hours a bodybuilder. You don't have a off season. You speak about off season, but in off season you have still to train. It's not like in football or in baseball where you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months off. It's quite differently. If you don't train a muscle for 96 hours or for 5 days, the muscle is shrinking, so you're forced to train all the time. And then people ask me if bodybuilding is a hard sport. I would say yes, because it's one of the few sports where you go hungry to a working place. Like right now, I'm on a diet, so I'm hungry and I train hungry. I leave the gym hungry, I go to bed hungry, and I do this, like I said before, 6 months of 12 months, and you don't have too many professions where you go hungry to a working place. And then they ask me what I'm doing besides that. I can only say, if you don't, let's put it this way, I like to make it comprehensive. For example, to be there up in bodybuilding, you have to realize, for example, that you have 15 hairdressers, or the 15 best hairdressers have actually, or can actually only make a living. They prove every 6 months or every 12 months that they can belong to the 15 best in the world. If you can't prove it every 6 months or 12 months, you're just out. You can't go to the next show, because the next show there will be the same guys. So with one word, you have to be among the best 15, otherwise there is no future in the sport. And then the other thing is, they ask me if I'm running. I am doing cardio in the gym, but I'm not a runner. I don't like to run 300 pounds on the freeway to get hit by a car, or to damage my joints, my wrists, my ankles, just to prove people that I'm a runner. I do cardio to shape my body, to lose body fat, but not to become a runner or a marathon runner. And like I said, a lot of people assume if you're not running, you're not really into sports. But these people should try how hard bodybuilding is. It's only hard on a pro level, it's also hard on an amateur level. But to keep yourself at the pro level for a couple of years or for almost a decade, it's very, very hard. So I would say bodybuilding is one of the hardest sports on the planet. I do superset hack squats with leg presses. It works very well for me to get more definition, more separation, more cuts in my front legs. A lot of people think, because I'm one of the biggest bodybuilders, competitive bodybuilders, that I'm obsessed with size. It's nothing to do with obsession. It's just to try to bring the best possible package into the show. Size, symmetry, definition, proportion, combined with a good posing routine. If somebody goes to the gym first time, he doesn't say, I like to have a proportion body. He thinks or says he likes to put size on. Bodybuilding is a combination of all of them. I don't like to train the whole year, put size on, and sacrifice 50 pounds or 60 or 70. Only people who can't put more volumina on, they're saying, oh, this big size, these big mass monsters. The other strange thing with people is, the shorter they are, the smaller they are, the more they have the tendency to say they're symmetrical proportion. This is not true. Absolutely not. You can be big and still have the proportions. And I have them. I like to keep them. I like to develop them even more. Try to do here half reps. In my next leg workout session, I won't do the same exercises. I never do the same exercises. I will do lunges. I will do monster squats, the monster squat machine, and I will do also how's it called? CC squats to get more detail, especially in the upper thighs. And I stopped doing squats exactly 3 weeks to the show. Otherwise, my legs are too big, too full. I like to have the cuts. That's the reason why I still continue doing squats. From 3 weeks on, stop them. And there won't be otherwise a big change. I always do different cardiovascular machines. I ride either the bike. If not, I will just stretch my legs, hamstrings, quads. Stretching is very, very important. Yesterday, the day before, when I trained back, I was supposed to stretch, but I was so much caught up with performing my routine, doing the exercises, I totally forgot about it. But besides that, should always stretch. Pre-contest, off-season, as amateur, as a pro, doesn't matter. Water is very healthy. Diet drink is okay. Contains sodium. I don't care. Cut the sodium out. 2 to 3 weeks to the show. So I like to have a little bit taste. That's the reason why I'm having this Diet Coke now. Diet Coke, excuse me. Again, papaya. I'm having this papaya also because of the enzymes. And I like to have something sweet. Because the diet, I'm always craving for sweets. Everyone who's not craving the diet for nothing is a liar. Either he's not on a diet or he's pretending like everything is all right. A lot of my co-competitors say they're never hungry in a diet. They're never tired in a diet. They have no cravings. They're all liars. And if this would be the case, why do they immediately start eating after the show is over? Why do they start eating French fries, potato chips, chocolates, everything, and they have no cravings? I think it's totally normal to suffer in the diet. If I wouldn't be suffering the diet, it wouldn't be a diet at all. And so my replacement for sweets is sometimes, it's almost on a daily basis, my papaya. Deprived of sleep, I wake every night a couple of times up. I go back and forth to the restroom. I'm hungry, I'm craving, and I do twice a day cardio, train in the afternoons between 60 and 90 minutes, sometimes longer, sometimes less. Only when I'm very, very tired and I'm very exhausted, I take a day break, I take a day off, but mostly I force myself. It's a profession like any other else. For example, if you would be a police officer, you're not in the mood to go to your second shift, you have to go because you know it's your job. In my case, it's the same, but the difference is I like to be world class, and to be world class, you have to give something special, you have to do something extra. If you're not willing doing it, then you should do something else. And I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of things, not my health, but a lot of other things. And I think if you are a competitive bodybuilder and you have a kind of weird lifestyle, you can't make it. You have to pay your dues, you have to go to the gym. If it's raining, if it's cold, if your girlfriend broke up with you or if your boyfriend broke up with you, you have to go to the gym. It's like, I'm giving all these examples, but it's like teeth brushing. You have to do it on a daily basis. Otherwise, there are no results coming. The other hard thing in bodybuilding is you train at least for 10 years, for a decade, before you can make any money. So I'm in this sport not to become a millionaire, to become rich. I'm in this sport because I love the sport. I'm dedicated to the sport. And I knew from beginning on I want to make as much income like other people in other sports. Nevertheless, if you're at the top, you like also to have a better lifestyle. And the lifestyle is not my only target or goal. The goal is to place high enough and to prove to myself that I'm one of the best. Thank you. Forgot your helmet. Come in. I expected you earlier, but my body weight is today. Here's the scale. You have just to follow me here. 10 days out now, the Olympia. Let's see, 292.6. 292.6. How much this is in kilos? How much? 131.6 kilos. It sounds heavy, but I have still 10 days time. I think I'll be competing between 280 and 285 probably. This is my trophy from the Arnold Classic. So I have still the trophy here because of two reasons. One reason is to motivate me for the upcoming Olympia. The other reason is to remind me how hard it is to achieve a top spot, place number 1. So it's a reminder, a good reminder. Mit I have here my 2 chicken breasts.
And I have here my sweet potato or yams or whatever. Then I have here onions, and I have here tomato in slices. In the diet, always high protein, low carbs, low fat, plenty of water during the daytime, also during the meals, because the more you eat, the more you drink, the more you actually slow down your digestion process. I like to slow down my digestion process to eat less, to have a longer to have a longer period of time my stomach filled up so that I don't eat that much. Normally you shouldn't eat that, you shouldn't drink that much fluids during the meals, but I intentionally do it. And now the weather here is still hot. I'm sweating the whole time. I'm doing lots of cardio. I'm using the tanning bed, so I feel most of the time thirsty. And if I don't drink enough, I feel dehydrated. I become nervous. I become aggravated. So I'm used to drink more and more. And it's also very important to drink lots of water, especially when you're having a high protein intake, because it's a lot of pressure for the kidneys. So to flush all the toxins out, you have to drink also lots of water. And right now, just water, just coffee, tea, no artificial sweetener, actually very plain, no spices here, no pepper, no salt, anyway, no sodium. Take the sodium out by a natural way. This means I avoid egg whites the last 3 weeks because they contain a lot of sodium. So with one word, I cut naturally the sodium out. I don't do any sodium loading. I don't do any potassium loading. The closer I come to the show, the more I watch out what I'm eating, specifically regarding sodium. The less sodium I have in the food, the better it is, and the harder I become. I don't know if you remember 2.5 weeks ago when we had one of our last tapings in the gym, at Powerhouse Gym. I showed you how now I don't have any big amounts of fluid, for sure. That's because the sodium goes out slowly, and I'm getting also harder here. You see this here? Cutting sodium out means also feeling weak, and the closer I come to the show, the more I feel weak. I would say the last 2 weeks are the hardest, but I'll manage this for sure. It's very, very essential and important to train as heavy as possible. A lot of people asking, what does it mean heavy? Heavy means training in the rep range between 6 and I would say 8 reps per set. But in general, if it comes to the upper body, I would say 6-8 reps are pretty heavy. It depends on the recuperation time, depends on your biorhythm, it depends on your food intake, your sleeping habits, so it's always different. But in general, to put size on, you have to train heavy. Even in pre-contest time, you're supposed to train heavy. And if you feel very, very tired, then just skip a training day. Don't go to the gym, stay at home, recuperate, try to sleep, try to eat more to feel the very next day better. I think you should never train more than 2 or 3 days in a row. Otherwise, you think you are training intense, but you are not. Even after 3 days, you need a break, off-season or pre-contest. Also important to have a good nutrition basis. Should feed your body on a daily basis with protein, with multiminerals, with vitamins. Otherwise, you get in a kind of stagnation phase. Besides bodybuilding, you shouldn't get obsessed with bodybuilding. You should do something else. You should do something for your brains. You should read newspapers, you should read books, you should watch TV, you should spend time with your kids, with your family. So even if bodybuilding is important to you, nevertheless, you should have a life besides bodybuilding. So for this upcoming Olympia, I'm pretty confident, I'm positive. It's my 7th qualification for the Olympia this year in a row, and so I have high demands of myself, and I'm looking forward to the show. Thank you. One so-called training log started at the 14th of December 98. I'm actually keeping track of my training since I would say 10, 11 years. I write in this book on a daily basis down what I'm training, what kind of supplements I've been taking so far, how I felt during the training, and what kind of poundages I used during the training. I write the exercises down. For example, I'm getting ready now for the Olympia 99. I can compare that what I'm doing right now, the weights which I'm using, whatever, with the time frame during the Arnold's Classic. I'm 10 days out of the Olympia now. I compare this, for example, with that what I have been doing 10 days out of the Arnold's Classic this year. I think it's very, very important and effective as a guy, who is in bodybuilding, as an amateur or as a professional, to keep track what you are doing, because you forget always that what you have been doing so far. Besides that, I have here actually written down, either I do it or my wife does it. She does it actually most of the time. She writes it down, what kind of calories, daily calorie intake I have. For example, we have here the 8th of August 99. It was Sunday. I was eating oats, a banana, strawberries, orange. Had a protein shake in the afternoon. I had rice, I had zucchini, I had a mahi fish, I had a tomato, I had a mango in the afternoon, a half a mango. I had later on a steak, mushroom, potato. I had 5 grams of oil, 50 grams of salad. So she writes down during the diet, but just during the diet, 12 weeks out of the show, on a daily basis what I'm eating. She writes down the carbs, the protein and the fats. And so at the end of the day or during the day, I know how much I have to eat or how much I've been eating so far. So I can calculate with my calories. If I was today maybe like on this day at 208 grams of carbs, I know if I have to go tomorrow on lower carbs or if I have to increase my carb intake. And I know exactly what I've been eating so far. And I know this also, for example, for the time frame 5, 6 or 7 or 8 years ago. I transfer that, the amount of the calories in my training log. So one depends of the other. And like I said, I have these 2 different scripts here and they go along with each other. It's very, very beneficial. I can advise everyone who is ambitious to have something like that. You shouldn't be lazy. In off season, I don't write down what I'm eating. But in pre-contest, I always write down what I'm eating. And I think this is one of the reasons why I'm a kind of successful in that kind of sport. And that what I'm eating right now was written already down before. And so tonight I will know if I have to eat 10 grams or 15 grams of carbs more or whatever.
Yes. This is a refrigerator.
There's my daily beer refrigerator. This is my tanning bed here. I got it once for guest posing, and you know, it's quite convenient, so I don't have to go out, to go to a tanning salon, take their clothes off and on and out.
Here, actually, I can train whenever I want, you know. Mornings, middays, evenings, midnight, whenever I like. And these are mostly my wheeler products. And here, the two Okabes tapes, Road to Olympia 97, Road to Olympia 96.
Are you distributor or
No, just mine.
you just use for yourself?
Whatever I need, I take here my carnitine, my magnesium, my amino acids. You know, just come to my own store. And here I show you my little trophy room. This is from Japan, Gold Gym, and a Cadillo belt, and some other belts. So I have plenty of belts here, you know. My big trophy when I won my first pro show in Houston 4 years ago, so I was very, very happy. And these are a couple of trophies, Olympia trophies, then trophies from guest posing. So if it's hot, you know, I go into the garden and use it, you know, for myself to get a little bit of wind. That's the room, but it's still under construction. Sato is all time here. It's really a good friend. I realize that she's so young still, but a good friend. Everyone who is able to read. Can you read it? Yeah. I like this jacket. It's big, it's comfortable, it's nice, it's warm. Especially made for me.